All right, we're going to watch MJ's backstroke at full speed. Along with the feedback on the videos, do make sure that you look at the notes that Lynette has supplied within the email as well. Just little key things that we want to make sure that you are watching. See a lot of good things in our backstroke. Great streamline and dolphin kicks there for sure, MJ. But we'll get back to those in a little bit. All right, we're going to start the video over. We're going to go quarter speed as we get in, just so we kind of look and see different things that we see within your stroke that are really, really good, different things we want to make sure we're working on. The first thing we're going to look at here is your left hand entry as it comes in. You can see right away you've entered with your pinky first. That's fantastic. We like that. You can also see you're a little flat though in that water, so we want to make sure you're doing is when this left hand here is going in, that left shoulder is pointing down a little bit more, and your right shoulder is pointing up a little bit more. Okay, so you want to make sure you're rolling from side to side all the way through. Okay, so you got to turn that shoulder down a little bit better. As you start the stroke here, you get about a quarter way through, you can start to see that shoulder comes down, and that's really good. Now, the biggest thing that we're seeing is we have a really straight arm recovery underwater. We want to make sure underwater that as we start that pull, okay, your arm should be here, but you should have a bend in your elbow so your hand is more up in this position here. And as you can see, your hand is still way down here. So it's two straight arm of a recovery underwater. So let's make sure we bend that elbow. You want to try and get anywhere up to about a 90-degree angle so those fingertips are more pointed up towards the ceiling, towards the top of the pool, and that hand is pushing the water back. You want the hand to be pushing water back towards the wall. Okay, so that'll help push and pull you along the water. We come into your next stroke. You can see your hand, that's a good placement here, but it's getting a little bit stuck. You don't want to leave it sitting there quite so long. You want to make sure that hand is coming up a little bit quicker. As you can see, again, great pinky entry. This time your shoulder is much better down, and this shoulder's up, and the reason that shoulder's up is because your hand has already started to break the surface. So that's a very good catch to your right side. And you actually, too, as we watched it for the first time, you can see that your arm is, again, straight arm recovery here. All right, take a look. We're going to back it up just a little bit. You can see there's really no bend in that elbow all the way through. So again, we want to make sure that at this point here, your elbow should be a little bit closer to your body, and that hand should be a little bit closer, anywhere between there or even closer right in here. All right, so really work on that hand, work on the hand underwater, almost an inverted S pull with that pull. As you go through here, you can see that your hands are just kind of sitting at your hips just for a split second. Like your thumb exit, like your pinky entry, let's make sure those hands don't sit. Now we're going to watch it again a little bit more quarter speed. One of the things I did like here, I like your kick. It's a good steady kick, but as you can tell, we don't see a whole lot of white water. So even with that kick, there's one, okay? Make it even a little bit stronger, maybe not quite so deep. You can see how deep your feet are here. If you can keep your feet a little bit more shallow, you're going to maybe kick a little bit higher, and you're going to get that water a little bit better. All right, so as we get through here, we can kind of see that that body line is more on an angle. We want that body line more straight, more flat in that water. Okay, it's important to make sure we keep those legs up. Let's get into our turn. Put it back on quarter speed as we go in. Take that last stroke on our back. We turn over to our stomach. Continue to kick. Very good. Right here as you start your turn, you see your legs are straight, your hands are starting to point that way, your eyes are looking that way. We like all three of those things. You want to make sure, though, at this point here, you're turning those hands from palms up to palms down, and almost like you're throwing water at your face, try to get your hands into a little bit tight streamline. Your hands do stay really, really tight, but you can see your palms are still facing upward. Okay, make sure those palms face down, and that way you're kind of driving your arm. You're really securing your arms and securing your flip a lot better. Right here as you're getting ready to push off the wall, this streamline, great head position, perfect. Feet a little high on that wall, we like that. So what you're going to hopefully do is push down a little bit, and then we're going to come up. So let's see. Yeah, good. So right in the very beginning, you're going to downward position. Again, that head is right above those arms, which those arms are perfectly locked. I don't think you can get a tighter streamline than that, MJ. That looks really good. You're just pushed off the wall and you're holding your legs a little bit. We like that. And then here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you did 4 kicks. You started your 5th kick. Now a couple things right here. All right, you're still doing your 5 kicks. You're still in a good streamlined position here. We really want to be coming up a little bit more. Okay, you kind of stayed underwater and stay a little bit flat a little bit more. And what's going to happen right here, look at your head. You're getting ready to come up, so now you're going to drop your chin. And once you drop your chin, all of a sudden you've taken your streamline and you put a lot of resistance on your body. Okay. The other thing you can see, here's your head, right? You're still a good, I would say, 1.5 feet, maybe even 2 feet underwater, and you're already starting your first stroke. So you started that breakout stroke too early. The reason why we want 6 dolphin kicks is we feel like with 6 dolphin kicks, most of you are going to be able to be a lot further out and a lot closer to that surface. And as we can tell here, your hand is now going to sit at your side because you're still a good 6 to 8 inches underwater. Okay, you are completely looking at the wall. Your body is in this position here, where we want it to be more that position there. So it's just a little bit less of an angle we want to see from you. Okay, MJ? And then right at the very end, you can see this arm is completely almost to your side, and this arm is getting ready to try and come out. So you almost have 2 arms at your hips. Okay, when you're doing that breakout, you should have this arm up here and this arm exiting right up there. All right. So instead of having one here and one here, you want to make sure you get that breakout a little bit later, so you're a little bit more shallow in the water. And you kind of see as you come up, your eyes are looking back, and then you drop your head position in. Ooh, okay. MJ, look at this arm. Okay, see that bend? That's what we want to see 100% of the time. Okay, so that's a good bend right there. Let's back that up a little bit. Again, good pinky. This is a good shoulder roll. You can see your hand's getting ready to break the surface, and this shoulder's up, which means this shoulder is down. That's where we want to be all the time. That's really good. We like that, MJ. But again, once we get that hand in, right away you get that strength and that pull. And really, right here, that part of your pull, so from your hands all the way down, from like your fingertips all the way down to your elbow, that's where that catch is. It's all that forearm and that hand, and that's where that catch is. So let's make sure we try and work keeping those elbows bent like that all the time. MJ, that's great. We want to see that all the time. Well done.